So as you can see, you draw your boats on first. Make sure you get the right size that fits your canvas. And then you can draw them, like I said, freehand or whatever way you want to do it. Draw them on paper first. And then you can transfer them to your canvas with either carbon paper or whatever means that will help you. I use carbon paper. I don't mind that because I can paint over the lines. See, and they're not too light. So get the boats on and get the shape on. You can even change up the boats and have whatever kind of boat you want. All right, I'm just going by the reference photo. I may not do the same colors exactly the same. I may change things up. I'm going to see as I go along. So the easiest thing to do, first of all, is trim it off first. Let's trim it off. Let's see, we got kind of an orangey. Now we don't want it to be the same color as the water, so we will make a nice yellow, some red added to it, and maybe some burnt sienna. Burnt sienna is a lovely color, and it's kind of nice, isn't it? I know it's not exactly the same, but I don't want it to be exactly the same as the water either. So I'm just going to go on top of that line on the chisel edge of my flat synthetic brush. I'm just going to go over that line with the chisel edge of my brush, and I'm going to add a little more burnt sienna because I need to be able to see it, right? So here we go. So just on top of that line. Your chiseled edge will give you a nice edge there. See? So use that line to guide you. And as you can see, that inside that boat, that's a darker color. But I want to get the trim done first. That way we'll be able to see if the shape is correct. Where else you want to go with it. So I'm using that line for a guide, and I'm taking my chiseled edge. I'm going to use that to get that nice edge for that boat. Alright, so looks like it might be coming around here. There we go. Try not to push too hard like I just did, see, because then it makes the edge kind of crooked. But if something happens, don't worry, because you can always paint over it around it to fix it up. So the back of it here looks like it has the same color. So now at least we're getting the shape of the boat. See? Now I just messed it up with my hand. Wonderful. I'm just going to get a clean brush and wipe it off there. There we go. I just dampened my brush so that it wouldn't, just to get rid of that. So try not to do that. Try not to do what I just did. Alright, so now we're going to so we're working with yellows, burnt sienna, and a bit of red. Just mix them up. Those are the nice colors that we're using. I'm going to throw that across here. Darken it up with some burnt sienna so you can see it better. Okay, burnt sienna is going to be your friend in this one. Go. Now it's not going to be exactly the same as the reference photo. Alright, so darken up a little bit more. We're going to be doing a bit of dry brushing in this also. Alright, I'm going to bring some around this corner. Some sienna, some yellow. Right, you can see I got lots of paint on there. I don't have it totally mixed, I just want to let it mix itself. Alright. Good. Good. Go in with some burnt sienna, some yellow, and some white. Lighten it up, see that? And then we'll just add some lighter color here and here. Come right over to the edge. Good. Good. And then we'll just go in and clean off your brush, just clean off your tissue, and get some burnt, now you could use burnt umber. I'm going to add a little bit of blue to my burnt sienna and darken it up really nice. But you can use burnt umber also. Get those dark colors in here. Good. I'm going to add a little shadow underneath here. Same color. Trim it off in here. Good. Good. We'll take some of that and bring it in here a little bit. For shadows. Some more. Use a chisel edge of your brush, that might help. There we go. A little bit under here. Alright. So now you can clean off your brush, wipe it off your tissue if you like. Come in with some yellow and white. Yellow and white. Let's just see if we can get a few little pieces in here. Oops. I'm going to add some burnt tone it down a little bit with some burnt sienna, burnt umber, so you can see it better, and then I can highlight it after. So let's do that. So let's get a shade that you can see better. So darken it up. So you have to experiment, right? Now some artists, they practice their painting before they teach it, so to make sure. I used to do that. And that was a big help. But sometimes I like to do it, you know, for the first time. And that way then I can experiment with different things to show you what I came up with. But sometimes just might have to practice. Because it's nice to, like, I'm kind of, you know, guessing on the colors, trying to put things together so it looks proper. Now I'm going by this reference photo. In this reference photo, these boats are kind of somebody else's idea, and It's a little hard to follow because it looks like a painting to me. Looks like somebody else's painting, and you don't want to be copying off somebody else's painting. So I'm trying to do my own thing, but I'm trying to figure out a way to make it look good. I'm doing yellow and white again, so I can get a highlight here, but now I got that little shadow on the bottom, which is good. See, so you can see it better. See, there we go, it's better. And you can wait for that to dry if you like. Probably get better results if you wait for it to dry. Let's see. Some of those have some shadows there too, right? So you put some shadows underneath, right? Just make it look like a shadow on here. Good. Good. Just going to trim it up a little bit. So I'm not going to do everything with it yet. Just going to leave it. So I'm going to do 3 boats with the very basic techniques and colors first, and then we'll go back over it with the rest to bring it out better than what it is. This is just a basic paint, just to make sure we get the right shape, close to the colors we're looking for. And we'll do the other 2 with the basic colors, and then we'll come back and we'll redo the boats to add the better, So we'll come back and then we'll finish the boats with the last final layer of paint to bring them to life. So I'm still using my flat brush, and I'm going to go with the blue. So blue with a little bit of white to lighten it up a bit. And then go and trim that off. Make sure this boat is dry before you do this, because you're going to touch it with your hand. Try to keep your hand steady. Good. Underneath that blue there's yellow, an orangey color. Good. And there's underneath that there's yellows. I'm going to put the yellows on so that I can dry brush that blue on there. I think that would look nice. So we go back to our burnt sienna and our yellow. A bit of white, brighten up a little bit, and we will put that on here. So put that on here. Whoops. And here. And here. inside the boat we get the kind of an orangey look to it. So the same colors, burnt sienna, yellow, the white, just remember you got to get something in there. I can still see my lines, which is kind of nice. Add some white to that. More white. So as you can see, it's kind of really bright in the center there. Oops. Don't worry, we can always trim it up again now. Oops. So you can try and get a nice orangey color up here. Just put it there, just kind of darker, so you can see it. All right. Now, there we go, because it's lighter in the center there. And while we got that there, I'm going to put some white on my brush and some burnt, let's see, burnt sienna on one side and white on the other. And with the burnt sienna side down, we can make some of these nice, these here. Oops, a little too thick. Good. So get some yellow and white, trim off this boat here. Goes on the very top of that line. Because under there it's more orangey, so you can start adding some of your burnt sienna, a bit of red, get an orangey look. It up a little bit if you have to. There we go. A little bit here. A little bit here. Most of it is pretty bright yellow, isn't it? You can have any colors you want. Just get the shape of your boat and then fill it in with color. Look at other pictures of boats if you want to. If you don't want to do these type of boats, because this reference photo is kind of like somebody else's painting, isn't it? So I'm going to add a little more color here because it seems to be blending in too much with the background. So let's get that. Well, actually we're going to have a shadow there, that's right too, so that's going to change. That's going to change everything. So I'm just going to add a little more color anyway. And because blue is going there and in here. Okay, so as you can see, it's really a rough draft, as we call it. We're doing a rough draft of our painting. So you know, sometimes it is easy to do a painting and do simple techniques, and other times you need to do your rough drafts first, especially boats. I find them a little more complicated. That's why if you look on YouTube, looking how to paint dories, they're dories, you don't find too many actually. You will find some, but you won't find it with the inside of the boats. You'll find it more to the side or more to, you know, there are some there, but you don't see a lot because they're long, tedious, and it takes a while to get them done. So for this video, I'm trying to make it as easy as I can, and I'm trying to take some shortcuts, but I still want you to be able to paint some really nice boats. These boats in particular are kind of somebody else's idea of how to paint their boats. I use that reference photo because I love the colors, so we don't have to do it exactly the same as the reference photo. Let's see if I get the color I'm looking for. Let's see, I'm going to try my ultramarine blue and my yellow. That's better. Okay, now I'm just going to pull this over here like this and back here. Good. All right. Colors are nice. Good. So we're just going to bring over some of these little seats. Let's see. I'm going to use my burnt sienna. And a little bit of burnt sienna on one side of my brush and some yellow on the other, just to get something started. So I'm with my burnt sienna down. I'm just going to bring over a seat. And then we'll be able to straighten them up later. So at least we got that much started. So what I'd like to do is get some shadows going on here, just so that we can see how the boats are going to look. So we need to darken this up a little bit here. Got kind of a purplish color. So why don't we take some red, some blue, make it purple, more red. Purple seems to be on the reddish side, and that's nice and dark, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a lighter color, maybe even a lighter. All right, so we'll get some of that on there, and we will nice. Now I'm going over that one down there because it's kind of too dark. So that's the beauty of this. You can go over colors with acrylic when they dry. And the purple goes all the way up here, so get your white, mix it in with your purple so that it lightens up a bit more as you go up here. There we go. Right alongside that boat. Good. Drag that. Don't push too hard, but drag it so that it blends in with the rest of it. Just drag. There we go, and that will give you Alright, so get some more white, mix in with your purple just so it'll move. And we will, because I want to lighten it up a little bit as we go up here, okay? Alright. On that side there. Here. And drag, drag, drag. Very lightly. Like dry brushes, like dry brushing. Which means there's not much paint on your brush and you're just kind of dragging it over. Okay, down here is more wet, so, but up here you don't want to lose all that what you did, so just drag it over like that. Come on down. Nice, nice, nice. Coming along. The more you work with it, it starts to come together. First you might think, oh my, this is terrible. It's not going to work. And then as you see yourself throwing on some color, you see things coming together and you're like, oh, this is going to be nice. Now, as long as you got the shapes of the boats, get the shapes. And it's got to look like boats, right? You got to have that boat look. So I got purple in here, so keep it a little bit darker. I added a bit too much white, so just get your purple going right up around here. There we go. Good. Good, good. Get some more on there. Add a bit more blue and red if you have to. If it gets too dark, because that's the shadow we're going to use. But we don't want that yet. We want the lighterish purple. So just add our white. Like these purples. There you go. Now they don't have to blend perfectly because I'm trying to get a watery look. Just going over this with whatever's left over my brush just to see what effect I'm going to get. I want to show you how you can play around with your colors, play around with your strokes, see what happens. I mean, you can't really do too much harm because as long as you got your shapes, the colors, because the purple color is up to you what color of purple you want. You know, might want a reddish on the red side, blue side, lighter one, darker one, medium, right? So it's up to you. You don't even have to use purple. You can go in with a blue water, dark water. You can use black water, yeah. Which is going to be the shadow. It's going to be almost really dark black color. Alright, so that lightened up a bit up there, and I just got a little bit of, that looks nice. Now when that dries, we're going to draw out our shadows. Because if you paint on the shadows and it doesn't come out the way you want them, then you're going to be disappointed and then you're going to paint it all over again. Not your boats, but your water and you putter around with it. So to save some time, when this dries, draw your shadow. That way, if you don't like the shape, then you can erase it and start over. Let's clean this up a little bit here. See, you can do, I just put some water on my brush, you know, I dampened my brush and made it clean. That way I could play around with that there a little bit without changing too much, see? So it looks like the shadows, let's see, I didn't leave a lot of room for my shadows, did I? Oh well, we'll just go with the flow. So we will take the shadow from up in this boat here, and we'll come down in front of the boat here, and here. It's almost straight down, and then it meets, right? So you can either take the shadow right off, you can take it right off the canvas, because like I said, where I made the boats bigger, I didn't leave as much room for the shadows, which is fine. And we have another one. Let's see. So they come out around the top part of the boat, it seems, according to the reference photo. And this one narrows in. And then this one, kind of pointy. So this one is bigger. It comes down to about here. And then it comes out here. And then here. So you let them come off the page if you want, off the canvas. Now let's get a really dark color. I'm using my flat synthetic brush, and I think the dark purplish color is nice. So we get purple on the blue side. See how nice and dark that is? Just by adding red and blue together. Isn't that nice? Now, let's just fill that in. And another one. Get some more paint. More paint. Yes, I do see a bit of green in those shadows, but this is our painting. We're going to do whatever we want. This is more fun because you're not trying to do exactly what's on your reference photo, right? It's more fun, you know, and it's more relaxing because you don't have to worry about, oh, there's some green in there. Now, if you want to put the green in, you certainly can, but if you're pressured into putting it in, and you feel like it's got to be there, and you can't get it right, and you can't get it to look the same way, you're going to be frustrated. And you're not going to enjoy the painting process. You have to be in control. You take control, okay? So don't worry about everything being perfect the way the reference photo is. Just worry about the shapes, okay? If it looks like a boat, it's a boat. As long as the shadow color is dark, you can do whatever you want with it after you get your basic color and you want to add extra greens or, you know, any highlights, whatever you want to do. And this way you can shape up the edges now. Now we got this one here. Now, the wonderful thing about the reference photo is it helps you put the shadows in the right places, because see how the shadow is longer on this side? It just helps But if you didn't want the shadow to be on that side, you didn't have to. But if it looks good on the reference photo, then why not? You might say, well, now you're contradicting yourself. Well, I'm not contradicting myself. I'm just saying that the reference photo is a big help, but you don't have to do exactly what the reference photo tells you to do. See, already it looks good, even though it's not even finished. Right? Nice. Decide where you want to start. Do you want to start on the inside here? Do you want to start on the edges here? You know, decide where you want to start. Now, you say, well, you're teaching, so you tell me where to start. Okay, I'm going to tell you where to start, where I want to start. But it doesn't mean that you have to start at that same place. You can start wherever you want. So I'm thinking I might try to get the inside the boat. I'm using a smaller flat brush, but you could also start here. You could do some dry brushing here, but we'll do that after. But what I'm saying to you is, if you feel like playing around with the inside the boat or the outside the boat first, you go ahead, okay? Because the inside the boats are a little complicated, but we'll take our time and do our best. So I'm going to pick up some purplish colors. Bit of red, bit of blue. I'm not going to mix it totally together. I'm going to add a little bit of white. So see how I'm getting that marble look? Isn't that nice? So I'm going to try, and I'm not going to worry too much about this. I'm going to use the, oops, I'm going up a little too high there, but that's okay. I'm using the chiseled edge of my brush so that I can get those little extra colors in there. Because remember, I have it marbled like this. Add a little bit of white to marble it up again, see? Alright, and then as you can see, it's on my brush marbled. And then you can you can get that kind of look that you're looking for. This up here, I'm just going to use the flat edge of my brush, pull down, and over here I'm going to just give it a bit of a darkness, a shadow underneath that, just to get some shape. Go. Now we can highlight those colors with a little bit of white to brighten it up even more. And then you can just, I want to add some more red to that, I think, to brighten it up a little bit. And then I'm just going to pop over these a little bit more, just to bring out some little extra notches. There we go. Good. We're going to put some shadows and things under there, so let's go with this. Let's bring over. I want them a bit darker than that, though. They change up your colors. Yeah, it's a process, you know, that you have to go through. I want to keep those colors dark underneath here. Just pulling them out from where they are. Probably add a little more in here. Just use the corner of your brush, it was too big. Probably a little more out here. Pulling them over a little bit, just kind of for shadows or just to give it a little more interest. So I got some red, a bit of white. My brush is dirty, so you're getting all colors now. Adding a little more highlight. random. It's okay. Don't have anything in particular. It's good. And a little bit here. Bring them down a little bit more. If it's too much, that's okay, because we'll put the seeds back in there. All right. Just gonna go back over that a little bit. Just making just playing around with my colors and see what I want to do. That's not bad. Whatever you want to really scrub or tap, tap, tap. Bristle brush is really good for that. So I'm just going to take some dark color, maybe that purplish color I used before, and I'm going to add a bit of burnt sienna to that to darken it up even more. I'm just going to scrub in a little bit of that in here. Kind of tapping at it, and alright, so that's it. Nothing. I'm going to take my flat brush and I'm going to go around little circles, move that around a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That gives it a nice. There we go. A little bit of shadow on that side there. Just going to move that around a little bit. Circles. I might have put a bit of yellow over that. That's okay. We're working at it. That's what we do. We look at it, we work at it, we'll play with it until you get it the way you want it. I'll still use the chisel edge of my brush, and I'm going to add some white to my brush, and I'm going to add highlights to the edge here. I've got a highlight here and here. Yeah. See, the reference photo is helping me figure out where to put the highlights. But now you can make your own decisions on that. First thing you have to do is decide where the sun is coming in and where it might be hitting off the boats. Okay. And those whites, nice. Could add a little bit of yellow if you wanted to, but I'm kind of trying to keep it a bit really bright. If it was too bright for you, just add a bit of yellow. Now, see where I messed up there? So take your dark color and go back in and straighten it up. You're going to have to do that from time to time. You have to do that from time to time. That's okay. I'm going to have to wait for this to dry in order to get that brighter again. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my chisel edge brush again, and I'm going to clean it off pretty good because I don't want any dark paint on it. Or get a new one if you got another one there. And then add yellow and white. Yellow and white, and we will highlight these little seeds. Good. There we go. It's a really old boat, isn't it? I don't think they're going to float on the water. I don't think I'd feel safe out fishing in these boats. I don't go out fishing in boats anyway. I don't like boats. I do like cruise. And fairy. That's better, isn't it? Right? Got your shadows underneath. We put them in earlier. And wipe off your brush, clean off your brush, and whatever's on your brush there, just scrub away at this part here, just to add a little bit of. There we go. So I really want to get a little more highlight on that there, because it's too blended in with the. Okay. Let's see if I can get that later. I have to wait for it to dry. There's a bit more here. A bit more. Make sure your brush is chiseled edge. That's why I'm having a bit of a problem. I didn't chisel it. So to chisel it, all you gotta do is pull through and flatten it out. Alright. That makes it easier. I'll add more white. When that dries, I might add more. And this here needs a little bit of a highlight. So straighten up that edge there too. That's better. So that's not too bad. There we go. That's that one. So let's see what we can do with this one here. Let's see. Let's go with the blue, the light blue. So to make a light blue, all you gotta do is take your blue, add white, more white than blue. Make a nice light blue. Now we can put on that color to put a highlight on it after. Highlight. So let's get this here with your chiseled edge. Chiseled edge will help you get that shape. Just take your time. There's no rush. You know, maybe sit down and do it, because maybe it might be a little hard standing up. I'm standing to the side. And I'm standing for the video, so I might be making my lines crooked, or you know, like that there, see? So you know, you don't have as much control when you're standing up, see? Right? You don't have as much control. Now that comes down here anyway. I'm going to pull that down there now. Good. Let's go a little bit over here. Here, here, and here. All right, and then it's got some in the front. Leave a little edge there so you can see that that's an edge. Leave that down there, and we'll have another edge over here. We have another bit up here. And we have some in between here. I know that this is really a different way of painting boats, but I just kind of like the feel of the abstract feel to it, you know? There's kind of an abstract look to it, isn't it? There we go. That one. Underneath here. I'll put the seat back there in a minute. I'll highlight these up here. Get that one on without there we go. Nice. Alright, I don't notice any more blue. Looks like a little bit of blue in here. A little bit of blue up here. A bit of blue right here. And some brown. And there's a... I'll have to use a different color for that one. Get some white. A little bit of a orangey color, maybe a bit of burnt sienna. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And a little bit of burnt sienna and white. And then we can just go into your colors and see what you like. There's a little bit of a little more burnt sienna so you can see it. There's a little bit of a shadow in here so you can see that. And then that's a little bit of a seat there, so I'm going to put a lighter color on top of that. I'm going to add some white to that, to the yellow. And I'm going to add a little seat or something there. Goes into like a V shape, see? Gives it a little bit of distance and perspective. And then I will add my bit of burnt sienna to those colors I already have on there, so I can get this edge here. More burnt sienna. You'll have to judge it as you're going along, because sometimes you don't have enough color, so you have to add more. That also has kind of a little V, a triangle. Alright, so that's that. And then we will clean off our brush, and I'm going to add white with a little bit of yellow. And I'm going to add this. And this one. And it looks like we have another one here. I don't know, I'm going to put one here. Chisel edge your brush. That's why I'm getting them so thick. I didn't chisel edge it good enough. I have to get pure white and get that brighten up for me. Hope it's not too hard for you to follow. Just take your time, and if there's some ways you want to do it yourself, your own way, you can do it. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's too hard for you, but I'll try my best to make it as easy as I can. This here is smooth over here. Okay. I need to brighten up these edges here. Not with yellow though. I need a really bright blue. Really, really bright blue. So I'm going to add a tiny bit of blue and white. Just so I can give it a really bright bluish. I'm still leaving some of that shadowy color in the, you know, trying to not go over it totally. Okay. Getting there. A lot of fiddling around, isn't it? So, if you find this too tedious or you're not interested in this kind of painting, grab even one boat. You do your background, because I think the background is really nice. You can put anything there then. You can put a boat going this way, you know, somebody fishing. So you can put a boat in there if you want. Alright? Or, you know, whatever. So do the background at least. If you find this too hard. Just going to lay some lighter color over that. Over this. This. I'm just dragging it over what's left over my brush, that's all. See if I can get it to highlight a little bit. Lighten this up here. Oh, I put my hand on it. See, I always do that. That is very annoying. Now, I'm going to take some burnt sienna with a little bit of blue, darken it up for a shadow. Alright. Now you can take your shadow and make it purple. You can make it purple. I'm just trying to darken up my burnt sienna, and then I'm going to give this a shadow here. Give it the shadow. Looks like it needs another one of those there, doesn't it? So So just take some of your yellow and see, I think it needs something here. Looks like it. Looks like it does. A bit of burnt sienna first. Shadow. I gotta come back to that because I really need to put the shadow and highlight back in, but I just wanted to see what it would look like. It's okay. It's not great. Just gonna add a little more light here. Now, I will go back to this because I'm seeing things I don't like. But what I need to do is get a small round brush so I can put those little edges in there. Okay, so with the lighter color yellow and white, I gotta try and figure out how to get those in there. I'm just gonna add that there like that. Comes down and out, down and out, down and out. There we go. Down and out. Down and out. I'll be highlighting those too. You can't see the rest because they're hidden behind there. A few little details. It does have to be fixed up. I can see right now it needs adjusting, as you can see. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll also do that. Let's see what else we need to do. Now I gotta straighten up a few things on this little boat here. So I think I'm gonna try and straighten up that blue. That light blue. Make it straighter. Looks like just use a small flat brush. So yeah, I'll just do some touch-ups to the boat. Get some more of these little cedars here, but I gotta fix them up so that they look better than that. We got kind of a yellow, burnt sienna, and a bit of red. And then we can get that nice little bit of white. Get that nice color there for kind of a shadowy color I noticed down here. Right here. And a little bit here. Just kind of shadow it up a little bit better. Just a little more shadow, that will kind of give it a better shape. So just adjust your colors as you go along. Little shadows on this side. See, it gets a bit better. And these here have to be straightened up, fixed up. Alright, so I'm going to go with yellow. My brush is still dirty. I'm going to put some white on that. Try and brighten it up a little bit. Trying to decide where I want things to go. Even with the reference photo, I still need to fix things up. Make sure that blue is dry before you go ahead and do any more, before you put your other seed on there. And while we're waiting for that to dry, I'm just going to add, I wiped off my brush a bit, and I'm going to add a bit of white and yellow, and I'm going to highlight this a little bit more with a more yellowish tone. So you can go back and forth when you see things that need to be fixed or adjusted. There we go. So I'm kind of liking this boat pretty, you know, because it's kind of, I kind of like the way that turned out. I'll be getting this one done soon. So I'm going to trim it out here. I'm just following the lines I already did. For some reason it won't. Alright. I got white and yellow, but I got more white than yellow. Just get the tip of it. So the thing comes over here like this. And then comes up like this. Brush must be dirty. And getting there. Got a bit of patience. I'll let that dry and add another coat of the light yellow, and I will straighten it up there. That is going to be, just gonna get that out of the way. That is going to be that's green down there, so what did I do? Let's see. I need orangey color, so I'm going to take my orangey color, red and yellow. I'll put that here. Yeah, I kind of like the red though. I think I'll leave that. I like that. And I'm just going to add a bit of greenish color that's there. Clean my brush. It's green. Kind of a dark green. On this side it has green, but kind of like a bluish tone going on in there with it, so I might add a little bit more blue. And then It's kind of nice, got nice colors. I think I'll leave that because I kind of like that. And the inside of the boat. I tell you, really abstract, isn't it? So the inside of the boat seems pretty yellow. I want to leave it that orangey color and see if I can straighten up those seats. I'm going to take my burnt sienna. I'm just going to take those seats and pull over. And then I can add a highlight after. That's the way I'm going to do it. If I put on the yellow, you won't be able to see him again. So this is a better way to do it, I would say. Try to get your lines straight, that's the thing. I'm just using burnt sienna. You can use tape to get your lines straight if you want. I'm not going to worry about the top, I'm just trying to get the straight line on the bottom here. Chisel edge your brush should do that for you. Oops, hand moved. Good. Good, good, good. Just going to put a little shadow down here. Kind of separate so it looks like, get that boat a little bit of a shape. There we go. A little bit of burnt sienna, a little bit of orangey color just to put a little bit of a seat here. Shadow here. I'm just thinking, just trying to get some kind of shape to the boat. Find these little shadows help. Shadowing it up here. Just give it a shadow so you can see it. Add a little bit of white to blend it out. See how it blends it out when you add a bit of white? Now you got a bit of a shadow up there. See, now you're going to also put some shadow underneath here. I know it's pretty yellow, but I still like to do it my way. See, now you got more better shaped boat. Good. edge over here like this. So it touches over here. Now I'm going to clean my brush. I'll put the highlight on top, so a little bit of yellow and mostly white. Put a couple of little those. These here are cute, aren't they? Come in and out, straight down, and then pull out. Make a little hump, touch, and a little hump, touch, and a little hump. Just something to represent these. Seats are hanging on to. All right, and brighten this up a little bit here. A little bit here. Smooth it out there. I lost my shadow there, so I'll put it back in. How's that? Alright, so I can get just tons of things you can do. But for the sake of the video, I'm just trying to shorten it up for you, and then you can go from there. I mean, it is a good lesson in discipline, isn't it? Disciplining yourself to have to think about what you want to do next, where you want to put things, you know, just I could do this for hours and hours. I could play around with the highlights and trims. But for the video, I can't do that. I can't go on and on forever. You're like, when does this end? So I'm trying my best to make it interesting enough for you to try it, but not too complicated so that you'll get discouraged. It's not bad. I don't think I'll do much more with that. Really, I know. I know. I kind of like it the way it is, you know? Interesting. You never know what your painting's going to come out like, and you should keep trying, you know? I know it's not perfect. I know it's not, you know, it's not exactly like the reference photo, which we don't want to do. But, and I know that it could be improvement. Like, I'm looking at it and you might say, am I the only one that don't like my paintings when they're finished? It's not that you don't like them. It's that you see room for improvement and you're not sure how to improve it. This is the thing. So the only way I can improve this one is by putting more highlights. And because I don't want to do anything drastic, because if I do, I'll have to start all over again. Right? It's been a bit of work. So I find that if you're lost and your painting doesn't look right to you and you're not sure what to do, add highlights and shadows. That really helps a lot. But this is a painting is so abstract that you can do almost anything with it, but I think the highlights will really help. Right? And the worst thing about acrylics is the paint actually dries darker than what you put on, and so it's hard to know how much to put on. Sometimes you put layers and layers. Like these highlights I've had to put on several times because as soon as they dried you can't even see them. So I think I'm going to leave it. See, I mean, see it's drying darker already. You know. I don't think I need to do anything here, I think, because I don't want to. All right. I like it, actually. I know it's different, but I like it. I like the colors and the way things mix together. I like the background. I really like it. You have to like it. So add a little bit more white. I wanted to use a small round brush because I find it hard to get with the flat brush. A little more white here just to bring them out a little bit. That's it. I'm not puttering around too much more now. See what I mean about adding highlights, how it brings out a bit more? So I think that's it. I could do lots more, but I'm going to end it there. And like I say, it's different. I'm happy with it. Hopefully you're happy with it, that you'll give it a try. And like I said, make up your own boats. Just do it the best way you can. Don't worry too much about it being perfect, because treat it as an abstract. As long as you get to shape your boat, that's the biggest thing. Get to shape your boat and then add a bit of color and your little seats, and or put in some different boats. Okay, whatever suits your mood. I'm not going to put in the big old posts. They're in the way, right? I'm not going to worry about those right now. I'm just happy with the way it looks there now. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you give it a shot. I'd love to see your version, and I will be doing more videos coming up soon of the ones that I said I was going to do, the unicorn. And but if you have any other suggestions, and you want me to try something for you, just let me know and I'll do my best to get it done for you. So that's it. Signing out from Allison Prior. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.